You misunderstood Wonderwall's song. Most people think they know what Oasis's Wonderwall is about. It's a love song, right? A ballad to a woman who saved Noel Gallagher's heart? Or maybe a tribute from Liam to someone he couldn't live without. But the truth is much murkier. Beneath its anthemic chorus and acoustic strumming lies one of the most misunderstood tracks of the 1990s. Ask a casual listener, and they'll tell you Wonderwall is a straightforward love song. The chorus, "You're my Wonderwall," seems to point towards a single person, an idealized figure who gives life meaning. Fans often assume it's about a girlfriend, a partner, or even a soulmate. For decades, many believed it was written for Noel Gallagher's then-girlfriend and later wife Meg Matthews. Others thought it was Liam serenading someone in his life. But here's where it gets interesting. Noel Gallagher himself has repeatedly pushed back against these assumptions. He said the song is not really about a specific person, but more about an imaginary friend who comes along to save you from yourself. That idea of the Wonderwall as something less tangible than love complicates everything, and it forces us to ask, what is a Wonderwall really? If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Wonderwall was written by Noel Gallagher in 1995 during the sessions for Oasis's second album, What's the Story? Morning Glory. At the time, the band was already riding high after the success of Definitely Maybe, 1994, but internal tensions were boiling between the Gallagher brothers. Noel was in a turbulent period personally. He was in a relationship with Meg Matthews, but he was also under enormous pressure to deliver songs that would elevate Oasis to international stardom. The Beatles were his North Star, and the very word Wonderwall was borrowed from George Harrison's 1968 solo soundtrack album Wonderwall Music. Harrison's record was experimental, bridging East and West. Noel, by contrast, gave the word a new, almost mystical quality. Originally, Wonderwall wasn't even intended for Oasis. Noel once admitted he thought it might be better for British singer Michael Hutchence of INXS, or even for himself as a solo track. But fate placed it firmly in Oasis's hands, and it became one of the defining songs of the Britpop era. Here's where the debate begins. What does Noel mean by calling someone a Wonderwall? The word itself doesn't exist in everyday English. It suggests a wall of wonders, a barrier filled with magic, or a metaphorical structure that both separates and inspires. Let's explore the main interpretations. The love song interpretation. For many, Wonderwall is indeed a love song. Lines like, "You're gonna be the one that saves me," and "I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now," sound deeply romantic. The song's intimacy, stripped-down acoustic guitar, and yearning vocals encourage this reading. Noel himself once admitted that at the time of writing, he thought about his relationship with Meg Matthews. For years, she was assumed to be the muse, the imaginary friend, but Noel later denied it was written for Meg specifically. In interviews, he clarified that Wonderwall is about an imaginary friend who's gonna come and save you from yourself. This suggests a song less about romance and more about internal struggle. It reflects the human desire for someone, real or imagined, to step in during moments of doubt and carry us through. In this reading, Wonderwall becomes less personal and more universal. The pressure of fame. Another layer involves the band's fame. In 1995, Oasis were catapulting into global superstardom. With that came scrutiny, media frenzy, and personal breakdowns. For Noel, Wonderwall might represent the overwhelming pressure of being the one expected to deliver salvation, not to a person, but to an audience, to a generation craving meaning. The Wonderwall becomes the metaphorical barrier between Noel and the world, both isolating and inspiring him. Spiritual or existential themes. The song's vagueness allows listeners to project spiritual meaning onto it. The lines about salvation hint at religious undertones. But Noel, famously irreverent, strips the divine from it, focusing instead on a very human kind of redemption. The Wonderwall could be hope itself, the fragile belief that even in chaos, something will save us. A reflection of Britpop optimism and anxiety. Finally, Wonderwall can be read in the context of 1990s Britpop. On the surface, it's optimistic, almost utopian, echoing the swagger of the era. But beneath that is insecurity. The lyrics don't promise certainty, only longing. In a decade defined by both confidence and crisis, Wonderwall reflects both. So what does it really mean? The truest interpretation likely blends all of the above. Wonderwall is about searching for love, for self-understanding, for something to cling to in uncertain times. It's less about a single muse and more about the universal need for salvation. The Wonderwall is whatever or whoever you choose to believe in when life gets overwhelming. That's why it resonates with millions. It's personal yet ambiguous. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. The song opens with anticipation, as if the universe is sending something back, an opportunity, a reckoning, or a feeling. It sets the stage for a confrontation between past choices and present responsibility. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. This line is full of frustration. It suggests that the addressee has been avoiding responsibility, and the speaker is almost pleading for them to recognize their role in the relationship or in life. It's less romantic and more admonishing than many realize. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. This is the first clear sign of emotional intensity. It conveys both isolation and devotion. No one else could possibly understand the depth of the speaker's feelings. Whether romantic or existential, it's about uniqueness. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. A quintessentially British line, full of colloquial bite. It implies gossip, disillusionment, and fading passion. The person addressed has lost their spark, and everyone seems to know it. I said maybe, you're gonna be the one that saves me. The chorus is iconic, but notice the hesitation. Maybe. It's not certain. The speaker longs for salvation, but doubts it will come. That vulnerability is the heartbeat of the song. And after all, you're my Wonderwall. The defining lyric, a Wonderwall, is never explained, which makes it powerful. It can be a lover, a friend, a muse, or even music itself. By refusing to pin it down, Noel allows every listener to fill in their own wall of wonder. Noel Gallagher has given many interviews about Wonderwall, often contradicting himself. At first, he seemed to suggest it was about Meg Matthews, saying she gave him inspiration. But after their divorce, he dismissed that reading, insisting it wasn't written for her. His most consistent explanation is the imaginary friend interpretation, that Wonderwall represents a guiding figure you invent in your head to help you cope. Noel once said, "It's about an imaginary friend who's going to come and save you from yourself because everybody needs one." Liam Gallagher, meanwhile, has called it one of Oasis's defining tracks, though he has admitted he didn't particularly like singing it at first. Ironically, it became the band's global anthem, largely because of his raw, vulnerable vocal delivery. Wonderwall became Oasis's biggest hit in the US, peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. It remains their most streamed track on Spotify, with billions of plays. It also became the unofficial anthem of the Britpop movement, symbolizing both its triumphs and excesses. Culturally, the song has been endlessly covered, from Ryan Adams's haunting acoustic version to Paul Anka's swing jazz take. Its lyrics have become shorthand for yearning and devotion. At the same time, it's also been mocked, particularly as the stereotypical song a guy pulls out at a party with an acoustic guitar. Despite that, its emotional weight endures. Generations continue to discover Wonderwall and project their own meanings onto it. That's the true power of its ambiguity. Nearly 3 decades later, Wonderwall continues to resonate because it refuses to give easy answers. It's about love, but also about loneliness. It's about salvation, but also doubt. The song embodies the contradictions of life itself: hope mixed with uncertainty, devotion laced with vulnerability. That's why, after all this time, Oasis's Wonderwall is still our Wonderwall. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting discoveries.